So, fantastic. Let's get started. So, we are David and Cheryl Penrose, and we're here to share a breakthrough that can change your life. ASEA products have totally changed how we do first aid in our family. We use Renew 28 for everything in our household. David has had remarkable results using the supplement with his kidney issues, and I no longer have any change of life symptoms at all.
That saved my life.
Tonight we have a special guest, Mez Anderson, who's going to share her redox experiences with us. But before we get started, I invite you to think about a few questions to get in touch with what you are looking for in your life. Do you have a health challenge, or do you know somebody with a health challenge that needs help? Would you like to reduce the visible signs of aging? Do you need more energy to do what you love? Are you an athlete looking for improved performance? Are you looking for more time and or money freedom and a better lifestyle? To really live well, we all need two basic things: a body that can do whatever you ask it to do, and enough money to ask it to do some great things. Now, Now, to have that body, you might be exercising. Look, you might be watching your diet or taking nutritional supplements. You might be doing everything you can think of, or you might not be doing anything at all. Frustratingly, no matter what you do, as you age, your cells respond less effectively to all of these strategies. Your cells naturally begin to break down, producing energy less efficiently and repairing themselves more slowly. If your cells could just be a little more efficient, your exercise, nutrition, supplement, and everything else you could do would be more effective. You could be healthier, longer, with less effort. Well, several years ago, scientists made a groundbreaking discovery. They identified molecules natively produced inside the body that help your cells repair and regenerate. Once discovered, years of research and development went into figuring out how to produce these molecules outside of your body so that they could be used as a nutritional supplement. The result is a molecular technology that helps your cells work better. And when your cells work better, everything else works better. Your exercise and your diet efforts become more productive, nutritional supplement works better, you feel better, you look better, you sleep better, and you have more energy.
She does.
Now let's hear from our special guest. I'm going to introduce Mez Anderson, and then I'm going to unmute her so she can talk as well. Now I've got something in the chat box happening. Oh, great. All right. So Mez has been a horse trainer for 3 decades. Now, I know some of you know Mez, and she's a remarkable woman. She's got passion and energy, and she loves her horses and all animals. And we just love working with her. She has a great deal of experience, and I'm really looking forward to her sharing that with us tonight. So, Mez, if you can unmute yourself, we will get going, and we will let you take over the talking.
Thanks, Cheryl and David. And hello, Susie in the background. I can see you.
Hello. Always in the background, Mez.
Yes, yeah. That's my sister yelling out. Susie's here. Anyway, hello, everybody. My name's Marilyn Anderson, better known as Mez Anderson. Thanks for the great introduction. I'm just going to sort of lead a little bit with how I became involved with ASEA. And that was back in about 2015 when I had a major surgery on my foot. I had a bunion, a joint fusion, and a tendon reattachment. And was in a fair bit of pain and was struggling walking when dear Susan in the background there told me to ring David and get onto this Renew gel. So as skeptical as I was, I did my research, and then I said, okay, send me some tubes. And I started using this gel. And wow, within 3 days, I had no pain and I was up walking as much as I was allowed to walk. So that was my initial introduction into the redox signaling molecules, and I have never looked back. A lot of health issues I've had, breathing issues. I no longer take any medication for that. I've had a lot of gut issues, having actually broken my back many years ago living on anti-inflammatories. I then had a lot of stomach issues, and taking the ASEA and rubbing the gel on my stomach and my lower back has eradicated all of that, and just so many other health issues I've had. I now feel as though I should be about 40 years old, but anyway. Where was I going from there? So that's just how I started using it on myself. I also, one story I do want to tell you, and I'll just pop this on. I'll see if these work. These are a shoulder replacement surgery I had back in 2016. Now, hang on, I've got to share my screen first, don't I?
Yep.
Screen. No, that didn't work.
We love technology.
Oh, yes. Now, what do we do here? I've got this blank screen. You had to cut yourselves out or something.
I don't have to do anything. You can just share your screen.
Okay, maybe I just... No?
Just click on it.
You had to click on something.
We're just having a look for you, Mez. Okay, we're going to say multiple. Yep. It should be fine, but you should be able to share from there.
If you hover over the Zoom, Mez, right down the bottom, it says share screen.
Yes, yes, and that's what I clicked on.
Yep.
And
Choose what window you want open.
oh, that's right. I had to click that. Now I've got it.
Yep.
Thank you, Julie.
Pleasure.
I'm with it now.
Thanks, Julie. All of our trials obviously helped us only a little bit.
No, Mizzy just forgets sometimes. Okay, so this is hopefully coming up. No, it still doesn't want to go on there.
Just double click it, Mez, and see.
Is that coming up?
Yep.
Okay, then that's what has to happen. Okay, so this is a shoulder replacement surgery I had. I had a mechanical breakdown in my shoulder. I'd had years of problems with it, and so I tripled my dose of ASEA, then rubbed plenty of gel around the surgery site pre and after, and this is the result. There's no bruising, very little swelling. And from the minute I had the surgery, once I sort of woke up out of the anaesthetic, I never actually took any painkillers.
Wow.
Now,
That's incredible.
this was meant to be a slideshow, but that doesn't want to work.
Now, I remember when I went down there to see you, you hadn't long had it
Yes.
and you were in repair mode and you'd done a bit of experimenting, hadn't you? With,
Oh, yes, yes. Now, that's to come onto here. Try.
Press the play button.
just press the play.
Oh, okay. There it is now. Yeah, so these are just photos. That was done. That was 4 days after the surgery.
Can you make the screen bigger again, Mez? The picture?
There?
Yep, that's it.
Yep, so this is all 4 days after the surgery. I was in hospital for about 7 days and they kept on attacking me. Would you like some painkillers? Would you like some painkillers? And I just said, no pain, no point. Okay. Oh, you still there?
Yep.
Yep, okay. I've just lost the screen. I'm
No,
having a real
we
tech-
It's still
see it.
shared.
Okay, radio. So this is the next one. This is from... Oh,
That's it. That's good.
yes. I think my screen's too big. I'm just going to minimise. No, not that. There we go. So that was actually... Oh, I've missed a video. Anyway, that was 18 days after the surgery, after having the staples taken out. And you can see that's pretty damn good healing. Again, no bruising. Okay, that's that one. I'll go back to the other one. I've put them in the wrong order.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh, no, I've lost one somewhere along the line. That's now the 14th of June, so that's nearly 5 weeks. And see on the upper part just here, I actually started using the serum on that part, and it started healing even faster than just using the Renew. But remember, I did triple the dose of ASEA pre-surgery and right through the recovery period. And again, the healing, the lack of pain was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe how good it was. Oh, there we go. That was it. Okay. So that was my shoulder story. And so I became absolutely hooked on these redox signaling molecules. They're just the most amazing thing. Now, I had a couple, I obviously train racehorses, and I haven't got photos of this, but I had a gelding who badly strained his tendon, bowed his tendon. He actually had 9 months in the paddock. And when he came back in, he still had a lot of thickening in the tendon. This was pre-Renew 28. And when I brought him back in, I found out about the Renew, and the vets scanned him and said, oh, not good. So I spoke to the owner, and we used Renew gel on it for 3 months, 2, 3, 4 times a day, as many times as I was with him. And 3 months later went back to the vet, and they went up to the horse and they looked at me and said, oh, which leg was it? The horsey people that understand what a bowed tendon looks like to be able to look at a horse's legs and go, oh, which leg was it? So he came back into full work. I did continue using Renew on him for probably 8 weeks, and he got back up. He didn't actually race due to another reason, but his tendon stood up, and it was just sensational. I also used it on this beautiful boy. No. This lovely boy here, he won at Moonee Valley. He had a tear in his suspensory, and I used it on him. He was boxed for a few weeks and a yard for a few weeks. The vets couldn't believe how quickly the tear actually healed due to the Renew 28. So that was my idea, release the speed. Another one I used it on was Lola. Now, Lola won her race, another race on Sunday. Lola Dioro has had a lot of ability, and just into one preparation is my beautiful Lola. She she stopped eating, just totally stopped eating. And we did blood tests and got them analysed, and the vet said, oh, she has major hind gut issues. Now, my racehorses always live on an ulcer treatment, and she had $700 worth of medications, still wouldn't eat. I'd had to stop working her at this stage. And I suddenly had that light bulb moment and went, oh, my God, my gut doesn't have problems. I'll use the ASEA. So I started giving to her rectally to start with, because I wanted to get it into her hindgut. Now, I haven't got photos of that, but I used a long nozzled syringe and gently inserted, and she was getting 60 mils twice a day rectally. Within 2 weeks, she was back eating absolutely everything, and I could bring her back into work. Now, she went on and raced on the ASEA. She finally came off her ulcer treatments. I didn't give her a lot of multivitamins that we normally give racehorses. She went on and won 2 races and quite a few placings in about 10 starts for 1 preparation. And somewhere here, this is Lola drinking the molecules. Hang on, we get it going. In the end, I started giving it to her orally, and as you can see, you just got to do it very slowly. In the end, she could have no halter on, and she just drinks it this way, and she would come back to the syringe looking for more. Here she goes. Give me more, give me more. She actually really did love it. And she would pull up from racing. She won over 1,200 and she placed up to 1,800. And she would pull up from her races, and her recovery was, in the mounting yard, what's next, Mum? And I've never seen a horse pull up the way she did. This is the horse next door. I'd only just put her on it. She had another little problem, so I thought, let's try it. And this is probably only her second or third go, but she was very good at it. We dropped a few little droplets here and there, but she just got better and better. And you've just got to be very patient with them, even if you only squirt a couple of mils in, so they just lick their lips and it will enter their body through their saliva, their tongue, everything through there. And I do find that it actually goes to wherever the horse or the animal needs the product. It's quite amazing.
So just to repeat there, Mez, everyone wants to know, can you just say again how much you're actually giving it? Because it wasn't a real lot.
No, only 60 mils twice a day. And I was experimenting with it, but it seemed to work. So I stayed at the 60 mils because my theory in that is that a lot of animals, not all, but a lot of animals aren't full of the toxicity that we are. So they probably don't need to have the massive doses that we need when we've got those abnormal cells creating havoc in our body and many other issues. If it hadn't fixed her, I probably would have upped it. But I did find 60 mils twice a day on the few horses I used it on worked sufficiently. Now, this is another one. Now, if you're don't like gory things, don't watch this one. It's not revolting, but it is a horse with a nasty cut on his leg. Here we go. This is Lindsay. He did that on a barbed wire fence. He got away from me and tore his leg open. That hole went right down to his bone. So, of course, it was a Sunday night. I brought him up and I cleaned it all up and rang the vet. Of course, they were going to be 2 hours away. So I sprayed it with the ASEA. I'll just stop it for a moment. I sprayed it with the ASEA and then I packed it with gel and bandaged it up. And the vet then came 2 hours later and redid it all. And I said, hang on. Sprayed it with ASEA again and put more gel on it. The vet did ask. I said, it's my horse. I'm doing it. This is the same wound 5 days later. It had completely filled in. We did lose this little bit of skin here. And you'll see in another video or slide in a minute. There we are. It had broken down a little bit, but it was granulating really well. And I'm a big Bluestone user, so I started using Bluestone at about day 8, I think that was. I changed the bandage the first time was that first photo, second time. So it was about day 8 or 10. And I took the bandage off at night, put Bluestone on overnight, and then I scrubbed that off. And we go back in a minute. To that. Now that actually, I've missed a slide there. That's actually at 14 days. And no, sorry, 21 days that was. So that's 3 weeks after the injury. And the owners came the next day and I said, you can take him home. That wound is dry enough. And I gave him a tube of Renew. In using the Renew, I also rubbed it right up around this area up here, as well as right down the leg. And this healed up so well. I'll show you another photo. You can see there's no swelling in the leg. There's very little scar tissue. This is the same leg taken 6 weeks later. And it was much, much smaller. And they haven't sent me a further photo. They say there's hardly a scar on his leg. And he's been up and won 2 races since.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, Mez, somebody's asked us, what is Bluestone?
Okay, copper sulfate. It's a product you buy at the produce stores. It actually eats back the proud flesh. You do have to be careful using it. There is a lot of other products out there, Proud Aid and Yellow Lotion and all sorts of things, but this is the cheapest and easiest way, but you must apply it carefully and you must remove it well. And please, if anybody wants to talk to me, contact me via Facebook. I'm happy to speak to them and explain exactly how to use it.
So, Mez, can you tell me,
Yep.
by using the Renew and the spray, the supplement, how much quicker do you think that would have healed over a normal recovery time?
Okay, the vet said 3 to 4 months before he could come back into work. I sent him home at 3 weeks, and he had another 3 weeks in the paddock when they took that other photo. He went straight back into work at what was it, 6 weeks.
Yeah. Oh,
So
wow.
it's
That's a huge difference in saving, isn't it, time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Halved the recovery. And honestly, I had the vet there the first night and the first time we took the bandage off. The horse had bute the first night. They insisted on giving him some antibiotics, but I never went on with the antibiotics because I had faith in the molecules. And that's all he ever had was 1 shot of bute. And he lived in a box for, I think it was the first week. I do have lovely big boxes, our big 15 by 15 foot. And then he was allowed out to the yards off the stables, which were 20 foot by 30 foot. And then he went down to a paddock in the 3rd week. But that's pretty incredible healing.
So, Mez, how's the interactions with the vets been? Is it a bit like trying to talk to doctors about things? Or
Exactly the same thing. They go, oh, wow, you go to explain it and they just don't want to know. So it's a bit like we say, these products, the molecules do not contravene any medications or treatments you're on. They will just increase your body's healing. So if your vets and doctors don't want to know about it, don't tell them. Just use it.
Yeah. So have you tried it on other animals as well?
Yes. Now, I haven't got any photos. I've got a little Jack Russell, and being a Jack Russell, she's always got a head where it shouldn't be, and she scratched her eyes and they ulcerated and they got in a bad mess. The vet treatments didn't work, so I have actually put my little Jack Russell onto 10 to 15 mils twice a day of the liquid, and I've been using the liquid in her eyes, and one eye is actually coming back to normal, and the other eye, I just noticed tonight, you can just start to see the cloudiness disappearing. So, and she's been on it for 6 weeks and it's working already. And the vets have tried for 6 months to get rid of these cloudy eyes and they can't. They were going to actually, eye specialists and all these things. No, it's all right.
Mez, have you got more photos to share?
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll just stop the share of your screen, that's all, so we can see you.
Okay, yes. I've got Shirley's horse with a tendon.
Oh, good. Okay.
Coming up. Oh, they're too big, I think, aren't they? Can you see? You can see that the front tendon here, it's been shaved, but it is a lot thicker and it's not very straight for those horsey people that understand it. That photo was taken on the 3rd of December. The second photo was taken on the 25th of March. It's a lot straighter and more definition in the tendon area down here. And this last one was taken on the 29th of March, and it's back to normal.
So was that just Renew?
That was just Renew, yes. Shirley hasn't given the liquid orally, but she's just used a lot of the gel on a lot of injuries. There's another quick one here. I went out to the paddock and the horse. They're a bit blurry, sorry. This is, I think it's just under the fetlock. So you could stick your finger right in the hole. That was on the 18th of July. The next one was the 28th of July. You can see it's all closed in. And the next one's on the 30th of July. And it's looking really good healing-wise.
So is these sorts of injuries, are they easy to fix, or is this?
No, look, horse injuries can be horrific. You can end up in all sorts of trouble with them. Yeah, it's hard to explain to people, but things just seem to go wrong with horses healing, and it's a scar tissue that gets underneath it, the proud flesh that comes up, and if it's not controlled and treated properly, you end up with a very thick area. I've seen some massive swellings on legs from injuries not healing properly. So yeah, I'm only too happy to help anyone with injuries on legs and horses to close them up and so forth.
Have you got the one of the hoof there, the split hoof?
Oh, yes. This is a horse that obviously probably had an abscess up the top here on the coronet, and it actually split the wall of the hoof, and the split went right down. Now, when a horse is in work, there's a lot of pressure on this area, and the split just kept on going down, down, down. Very clever farrier used this method here to support the crack, and Shirley used to then spray the whole area with a sear so it got right in, and then she'd pack it with the gel. I haven't got dates on this, but that's the first one when they patched it up. This is the second photo. It's probably not as clear as the first, but you can see up the top it's starting to close. And this, I think, is it's upside down. There we are. No, that's a different one. What's she done to me there? Unless that's a long time later and that's the whole crack. That might have been the whole crack growing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, because that's where the staples were to wire it together. And to get that to grow down without losing part of the hoof, she didn't give me any dates on that, but it just closed it up and healed it within, and you've just got to grow the outside out. But I think that did take a few months. Now, here's another doggy one. I've only got photos of the puppy. These are greyhound puppies. This guy breeds greyhounds. And this little puppy here, at 14 days old, its eyes weren't open still. And the vet came along to check out why. And when they opened, they were both very cloudy. And he examined the puppy and said, oh, look, it's blind. It's not going to be any good. So you know what you should do. But Barry loves his dogs as much as I love my horses. And he said, it's okay, not yet. So he started rubbing. He didn't have a sear. So he actually started rubbing the renewed gel over the closed eye area. And he would do this as often as he could, 2, 3, 4 times a day. And do you know what? In 5 days, that puppy's eyes opened and they were clear, and the vet came back and said, crap. He said, I don't know what's in it. I don't even want to try and understand it, but that's friggin' amazing. So the puppy is alive and healthy and can see and is in training. So just never give up on your animals. Try this product. It does amazing things. There was another young dog he had that had a major hock problem, and the vets again said she'll never race. So rubbed lots of gel on, lots of gel, then he stopped and forgot, and then he went back to it. Then he brought it into work. And the more he applied, the better the dog got. She's won races, and she doesn't seem to have a hock problem anymore. This dear old man, he started using it on his sunspots and found amazing results. So like me, well, if it works on me, what's it going to do for my dogs?
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic, Mez. If you stop the screen share now, that'd be awesome, because I think we've seen your photos. That's fantastic. Yes. I'd like to actually open it up to see if anybody, we're getting close to the half hour, but I would like to know if anybody has any questions for Mez. I've been reading out some of them that have been coming up. But if you've got a question, please unmute yourself, and I'm sure she'd be delighted to answer. No, you were too efficient.
Here we go.
Hi, Mez. With some of your photos,
Yes, Deb.
are they on so we can find them on the site, or do we come to you? Because
Come to me.
okay, then.
I have put a lot of those up, but they're hard to find, but I've got them all ready handy. So if anybody wants.
Because those injuries are very common injuries, aren't they?
Very common injuries, yes.
Yeah.
Very easy to heal up if you do it the right way.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks very much.
That's okay, Deb. You got my number.
I do. I'll be abusing it.
So,
Mez?
speaking of common injuries, okay, go Jane.
Sorry, Mez, I was just going to ask, do you believe that you would be able to get a good enough result for a show horse to get it back to virtually invisible with the Renew or not?
A fresh injury or old scar?
Well, both I'd be interested in. Fresh injury, yes, I'd be more confident with a scar. You'd be,
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably no longer being shown anyway if they've got a scar of that magnitude. But
Yes,
yeah.
we'd like to see the scars first.
Okay.
Yep, so look, please feel free to contact me are you on the Facebook page?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, well send me a
It's Jane
friend.
in Melbourne.
Sorry?
It's Jane in Melbourne, you know me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, look, if just contact me and send me some photos and we'll talk about it.
Okay, thanks.
My pleasure.
Awesome. No other questions here?
Yeah, I was just wondering, a lot of the redox you've been using for healing and injuries, do you use any for enhancing performance, like with people in terms of recovery and performance type of stuff?
Well, the video I showed of Lola drinking the supplements, I truly believed it helped with her recovery and stamina. She was a funny little mare. I never had to work it very hard, and she would pull up from all of her races, and I'm not kidding, she would come back into the mounting yard and just go, and if you watch most racehorses after a race, they come back in and they are blowing pretty hard, and they blow for 20 or 30 minutes. Her heart rate recovery was outstanding. So I don't believe it's going to make you go any faster. You can only go as fast as your little legs really take you. But as far as giving you the stamina to keep the distance up, yes.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
My pleasure. What kind of horses have you got, Becky?
Oh, I don't anymore, but I did as a child and a teenager have horses, and my mum here had horses as well.
Right, yeah. Again, happy to talk to you offline if ever you want to contact me.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So, Mez, speaking of enhanced performance, is it true that you haven't had a hangover since you started the redox cocktails?
Debbie, you can answer that.
Ashley.
I have not had a hangover, and as Susie standing in the background would know, I don't mind a wee drink. Neither does Deb.
It helps your recovery.
And honestly, I go home and I have a double shot when I go to bed. Feel fine in the morning.
That's a seer.
Or maybe it's another double shot of, yes, double shot of a seer.
Well, thank you so much, Mez, on that colourful note. Thank you, David.
Thanks, David.
I want to thank you so much. It's been really informative, and we've had some terrific comments there on the side. If anybody wants to save comments, you can, of course, as you know. I thank everybody for coming along. We really appreciate it. Now, one thing I want to say, of course, is that ASEA products are not intended to diagnose, treat or cure any condition. They empower cellular communication and cellular function. So thank you so much, and we will finish off there. Anything else to say, David?
No, that's fantastic, Mez. And of course, too, if you've got something that's got a cell involved that's living and it's not working, think ASEA first. Think the redox gels first. And Mez tried that on horses. It worked on her. So think about it for anything else. We even have someone that tips it on their pot plants. And they're fantastic vegetables. So there you go.
Now, I'm sorry we can't tell you what next week's meeting is about, but I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fabulous. So just stay tuned.
No worries.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See you
Mez.
soon, Deb.
See you soon. You take care of you. Bye.
Say hello to that beautiful daughter.